It's cute how ugly it is. And well, I do appreciate that mindset. That steering wheel is so crooked. Shit, it's very bad. Okay, here we go. Full throttle. Yay. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are continuing our series of affordable fun cars. And this is again a viewer's car. This is Richard's VW Golf Mark V GTI, and it is a limited edition 240, which is a special edition made by the importer for the Netherlands, PON. They made this special edition because they had 300 of these Mark V GTIs left, and the Golf Mark VI was announced, so they had to get rid of these Mark V GTIs. So they decided to, instead of just giving a discount on these cars to get rid of them, to make something cool and special. And well, I do appreciate that mindset. So today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the things that are special to this car, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to receive updates when we upload a new video, and check us out on Instagram if you like, at AutoTopNL, for some behind the scenes footage. Now, this limited edition, the limited edition 240, has 240 horsepower, as you might suspect, and 330 newton meters of torque. Now, this is one of the specials about this limited edition. This has a chip tune by ABT. So stock, this car had 200 horsepower and 280 newton meters of torque. Then came the GTI edition 30 with 230 horsepower and 300 newton meters. And then you have this GTI limited edition 240 with 240 horsepower and 330 newton meters. And after that you got the Mark V R32 with 250 horsepower but only 320 newton meters of torque. So this has 10 more. Yay. So that's the first thing that was special about this car. The next thing is that there were only 300 of these made, 100 in white, 100 in black, 100 in red. This is a white car, as you can see, classic Golf Mark V with that red line in the grille, the big, a bit of a roundish front end. And the GTI Mark V was the beginning of the resurrection of the GTI. It was the return of a proper GTI. The Mark IV GTI was rubbish, and with this one they finally decided to do it well again. And it's also the base for the cars that came after the Golf 6, 7, 8. They all have basically the same setup with a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine and the DSG gearbox. Now, we've got 18-inch wheels, the classic Mark V GTI wheels with red brake calipers, a nice black side skirt down there. This car's bone stock, I really like that. It even has the plastic bumper, like this is not in body color, this wasn't painted, and I just like that. It's cute how ugly it is. And we've got a limited edition 240 badge on the rear as well. You can see that they just threw on these badges. It's very like they improvised, like they decided on the last day of the month, like, oh frick, we have to make a special edition. Oh yeah, okay, we'll make some badges and put the badges on. But it's just, I don't know, I like it. I like that it feels a bit improvised, and they only made these between October and November of 2008. That's the 300. Yeah, I just like that. It's better than what people do now. I think this is much more creative. So here we have the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. Explained all the numbers already to you guys, so no need to go into that much further. There's not much to see here anyway. So let's take a look inside, because we've got the classic tartan, of course, on the seats. Now, these seats are actually really good. I just came out of the new 2021 Audi S3, and these seats are better. I'm not kidding. These are much lower, and they are much more supportive. And I like the tartan as well, and there was also an option to go for a leather package on this edition 240. You can even see the plaque here, limited edition 240. This is number 263 of 300. So I guess the last 100 are white. Another thing you got on this special edition is as standard by xenon lights and some kind of Pioneer navigation slash infotainment system. Don't know where I left the key. Here it is. But I'm not sure that this is it. I think so, but it looks, I think it looks quite modern, so I think this is a later version of it. I don't know what this is. I think this is a later version of the VW software. Anyway, we've got a GTI steering wheel as well with a nice logo here, and the car has done 232,000 kilometers. But I have to say, it actually feels pretty fresh. Especially the automatic gearbox feels really good. We're going to take it for a drive now, and that gives me an opportunity to show you something that's not quite right with the car. It desperately needs an alignment. It's very, very bad. But it's basically the only thing you can. Yeah, this is like I'm always turning left. That's too much. That's not okay. But other than that, it feels really fresh. The interior looks good. The exterior looks good. The seats, the fabric, the interior, it all looks pretty good for a car that's 12 years old and has done 232,000 kilometers. So we'll put the DSG gearbox in sport, floor it once. We've got paddle shifters even, and I have to say that the power feels pretty nice actually. So sound wise, we don't have a different exhaust or anything, so it's just a basic GTI sound, which means that you've got a little bit of a growl, but it's nothing crazy. But it is still, after all these years, I still think that this is a valid hot hatch, especially for the money now. I mean, these are not very expensive, and you still have a nice, fun to drive hot hatch, which apparently is quite reliable and does stand up to the test of time, because I was not expecting it to feel this fresh. But this, of course, all comes down to servicing. We've seen that with that 300,000 kilometer Golf R32 recently too, which was just immaculate because it was serviced right. I think that's the case with this car as well, because it looks really, really good and it drives really well, and just I really like that. I like driving high mileage cars, old high mileage cars that feel this fresh. It's very satisfying to me. I don't know why. Alrighty, we're going to get the speedo cam going and take it to the Autobahn. We've got winter tires, limited to 240 kilometers an hour, and that should be right on the money, because the top speed of this car should be 240 kilometers an hour, 241 kilometers an hour, and the 0 to 100 is 6.7. So here we go on the Autobahn, full throttle. I think it's a little bit busy here, so we have to, yeah, there we go. We have to wait a bit for everything to clear. But performance-wise, that's not bad. That steering wheel is so crooked. It's very bad. Okay, here we go. Full throttle. I think we've got the space now. And we are at 200 kilometers an hour. Now, of course, we also measured our 100 to 200, which this car actually performed pretty well. We measured an 18.02 run. which is quicker than that R32 I was talking about earlier, which had a manual gearbox, but still V6, 250 horsepower. It is impressive. It's also only 1 second slower than the new Ford Focus ST with an automatic gearbox with 280 horsepower. So the performance is there. It is performing pretty well. We are now at 250 kilometers an hour on the speedo. And we are still, no, this is 260 almost, I think. But that was it, basically. You need a lot of space to go any quicker than that. But I have to say that the accelerations in between are really not bad. The only problem is that there is quite a significant difference between this speedo, which is very enthusiastic, and the GPS speedo. That speed we were just doing, around 260 on the speedo, I think, is about 232 kilometers an hour GPS. So yeah, there is quite a big difference, but that is something that we are experiencing with a lot of these cars from this era, from that like late noughties, late zeros era, that these speedos are very enthusiastic. We saw that with that E92 BMW M3 as well, which is just the king of overachieving speedos. But this is a good one as well. But hey, doesn't really matter, right? Don't really care about that. If your buddy is sitting next to you, he won't know, so it doesn't really matter. So we are back at the gas station almost, last little pull. I'm telling you, I'm serious, this is pretty quick. It feels really punchy and fresh. And I really like that. I love these high mileage performance cars that still perform and still feel this good. So Richard, thanks very much for bringing your car to us. You have a very special, very limited car, so I guess you are very happy with it, and you should, because it is really cool. Just get that steering wheel aligned. Other than that, awesome car. Thanks so much, and to you guys, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.